Well, it's been a while. Let's get that straight. Let's just close this up here. Here we are. Good morning. We just shut this up. There we are. I'm back. Got a thumbs up. Thanks for joining. Top notch. John, where have you been? Well, got the Greentop landscapes on. How's it going, bud? Good to see you on here. Good to see a few on here. And thanks for joining this morning. Yeah, I've been. I've had a lot going on, as simple as that, and I felt that as if I owed it to the channel just to update people where I am and what I'm doing, and just seems unfair on you guys out there as an audience that all of a sudden I was there on it. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago I did a video every day that it was always 3 a week. Just so much going on. You think that as you get older you find a little bit more time, and certainly I'm not finding the time at the moment. Number one is I have a grandson now, so that takes up a fair bit of time. Alison started a new job, so not that stops me from doing what I want to do, but there's lots to be done, if you know what I mean, and to help her out and to sort of slow things down and not so manic with me, because I rely on Alison quite a lot when it comes to doing some technical stuff and other stuff, loads of stuff. I mean, looking after me in general. So it's not been easy in that respect. And the other thing, of course, is that I started college. I was 5 weeks into it, and I had to stop, and because just never had the time. And all I could see, basically, I could see the problems start to occur because I never even had any assignments at this point, but I could see that the build up to it. There was a lot going on. I was enjoying it. The math side of it was a bit difficult, but I had some coaching lined up in place with one of my customers' daughter was going to help me out with some algebra stuff and all that sort of thing. And yeah, have I failed? Well, not really. I just got to be realistic about things. Morning, Mario. Good to see you. Just got to be realistic about the time that's allocated to us on a day-to-day basis, and there's no way that I was going to fit that in. And certainly coming the weekend, getting homework done, getting assignments done was going to be difficult. I've started my own garden now. I've started on my own project, and I've been down to Jewson's this morning. I've walked the dogs. I've come back, and this is what happens. Those dogs got to be walked every day, if not twice a day. So I've walked the dogs this morning. I've come back, I've shot straight down to Jewson's to get the stuff that I need from my own garden, and so I'm going to be getting on with that soon after this live feed. I'm going to go up, get changed, get my boots on, and start some concreting. And so that's the reason, really, there's some of the reasons for why I haven't been. Have I fallen in love with YouTube? No, I haven't. I think that what's happened is it's the reality check, isn't it, of the time that's available. It's a difficult thing to do. We got Houdini XPR. What's up, homie? Been on the 600 by 600 porcelain this week. Yeah, look, I'm here to give you my experiences, not to tell people what to do. Just how I do it and how I'm doing it, and I've learned off this channel, and that's the reason why I've been sort of away from this for some time now, is because just couldn't cope with it. Just couldn't cope with the amounts of stuff that had to be done. Coming in, doing the editing, it's just difficult, you know, it's just difficult. There is not enough hours in the day. And as I said, I want to do my own garden. It's not a big garden. It's all dug out now. It's all stoned up, but I'm putting that feature wall along the back now. Not just a wall, it's a bit of everything going on. We're going to have a little outdoor eating area, okay? And that's going to have a roof on it. So we're going to have like a little bar going around, maybe even put an outdoor fridge in it. Probably a little bit excessive, but the fact is that we spend a lot of time in the garden. And recently I went up to see Shane in Bookham in Surrey. Went up to see Shane and I had a look at his garden. And I'm going to say to anyone now, if you want me to film your garden, that's the other reason why I had to give up college as well, because I want to go and visit people's gardens. I want to get out there. I don't want to be doing all that time lapse no more. I just want to go out and I don't know if any of you've seen the video, but just get and check it out. It's really interesting. Shane is an absolute, he's a delight in the respect that he's cooking so much. He got so many different ways of cooking in his little outdoor kitchen area, beautiful kitchen area, lovely family up there in Bookham in Surrey. Good to see him. And I asked Shane, the funny thing in the video, I asked Shane, you'll see it, I said, Shane, what do you cook? And he said, well, everything. And he pulled out, and he said, do you want to see it? And he pulled out this list of recipes of things that he had cooked, and he is still cooking on there. And it was absolutely amazing, the things that he done on there. I mean, you could put a roast of lamb on the pizza oven after you've done the pizza for the next day, and he put it in there for about 6, 7, maybe 8 hours, absolutely slow cooked. And then he had a pizza oven for speed. Okay, if they had, his daughter had guests over and they wanted to get a lot of pizzas out and they've got lots of friends there, there was a pizza that would produce and cook it quite fast. And there was the dome pizza oven, they were a little bit like the Jamie Oliver one. Then he had like a proper pizza cooking area where he had the gas hob and a proper gas one, and he could do steaks on there, sear the steaks. So that was 3. Then he had another one by the side, and then he had another one by the door. I think he had about 6, if I remember, 6 different ways of cooking food. So for me, that was really good to go up to see Shane. I drove up there and he made me a bacon sandwich. Well, his wife did, Shane never, and I really appreciate it. I just went up there to help him out with something and sort of try and give him a little bit of advice. And in the meantime, I'd seen Shane's kitchen and it was brilliant. Loved it, loved every moment about it. So if you've got a garden out there that you want me to come along, and somebody did send me an email, and I'll have a look at that email and I'll get back to you. If you've got a garden you want me to come out and get it on YouTube, and if you're proud of it, let's share it. Let's just have a little bit of a cup of tea at the moment. I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been on here for some time if you're just joining now, because I've just been busy with all sorts of things. And the reality is that couldn't do that college course. So a lot of people's going to be asking me this after. They'll be going to send in messages. I've had lots of messages saying, how's the course going? I've had to pack it in. It's as simple as that. I haven't got enough time to do it. And it's a shame, really, because I really enjoy learning. I was in a classroom with, there was another guy that was 50. I'm 58. And there was a lot of young people on there, 21, 22, 24. I think that was about the average age. The construction course next door, there was a lot more guys a bit my age in there, but I just wanted to do the civil side of things. So really enjoyed doing it. I really did enjoy the maths so much, because they went so fast. I mean, the speed of it was incredible. The lecturer was unbelievable, how he did it. And was he, I don't know if I should say if he's a good teacher, because he left me behind completely. Not he meant to, but the fact is, I think he has to go at the pace of the classroom. Then it's up to me to pick it up when I'm not in college. Catch 22. I'm currently building a pizza oven in my garden. It's been a process, but on the home straight now. Love to see the pictures. Don't forget what we've done in the past on this channel. My number is, okay, I don't know if I can write it on here. My number is 07795 595 994. If you want to send me some pictures. Didn't tell everybody that I was going live this morning. I did a little post this morning, but I'm going to be back on it, start building the channel up on the Saturday morning live, because I have enjoyed it. And a lot of the reasons I say that I enjoyed it was because I got a lot of satisfaction by helping people and bringing a community together on a Saturday morning live from the Undisclosed location. We've got the Greentop Landscapes logo behind me. Yeah, the channel is not just about showcasing. It's not about my ego. It's not about what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. I want to know what you're doing. So if you have a project, if you want to share anything with me about what you're doing in your garden, I'd be more than happy to come along and have a look, and we can share it and put it out there on YouTube. And the other thing, of course, if you are struggling with your garden, if you've had some work done and it's not gone as you would like to have done it, give me a shout. And there would be a charge for that though, because we'd have to just write something up for you and come out and have a look. So just drop us an email, info@greentoplandscapes.co.uk, or go to the website, which is www.greentoplandscapes.co.uk. This portal, this platform that we have for all of us, it's not just here for me, it's a way of communicating. Do you want to give a big shout out to, I've said it quite a few times, John Ward. John was poorly for some time, an avid watcher of this channel, and speak to John on a regular basis. And John, if you're watching this morning, I do apologise. I'm sorry I haven't been in touch. As I've said, it's been absolutely crazy for whatever reason. I never even thought that it would be as mad as what it is at the moment. Not just with the amounts of work coming in, but with the things that I've got to do for myself on a day-to-day basis, and just keeping the van clean and tidy, seeing customers. I went to see a customer last weekend, cracking guy. I had a great conversation with him. It's going to be an interesting project if I get it. But in the meantime, I have to come up with a mood board being pictures and illustrations of, not just illustrations, material. Mood board will have a little bit of everything on there. The types of material, some pictures, some flowers, you know, anything. We can even stick gravel on there. But a mood board, a feel of what the garden is potentially going to look like, and then we can come up with a CAD design for that customer at some point in the future. I love sharing my channel with you guys and girls and everybody out there. I've had such, and thanks for hitting the like button. I do appreciate it. Do you know, it's funny, when we do the videos, you'll see now and again, I'll say, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button, and give it a like if you've enjoyed it. But that's not me. That's not that's what I want. I think I just got to steer away from what everybody else is doing at the moment. And when we see, I really believe that it's going to have its day in the respect of, I think people always watch time lapse and it's trending at the moment, but we've got to look for the next thing, in my opinion. We've got to look for the next thing to communicate with an audience, and be it if it's on a live feed. I think it's been probably about 2 months since I've done a live feed on a Saturday morning, but I'm going to do it again in the future, so stay tuned. I want to talk to you guys. I want to know what you're doing. I want to come to see a project that you're actually on. If you've got a project that you want me to come and have a look, and as long as you're happy about let me film it, talking to you, interviewing you, maybe interviewing your customer if they would allow it, one day in the week, come along and have a look. It doesn't matter whether it's a dry day, sunny day, any day, let's film it. Let's show the world of landscaping, the consumer as well, what you guys and girls have to put up with on a day-to-day basis. Not only the contractor, but also the consumer. I'm going to have a drink of my tea at the moment. So if you're going to ask what I've got on today, I'll tell you what I've got to do today. I've got a foundation in where I'm building the kitchen now. I've got these unusual, like 6-inch blocks. They are 6 inch by 300, 150 thick by 300 wide, and I think they're 200 in height. And great block, very, very dense, and that's going to be used for my kitchen area. And didn't want to just do a 4-inch wall, but I also didn't want to do a 9-inch wall because I felt that it would be taking up too much space. So on an engineering side of things, I've put quite a big foundation in, seriously. And the idea, and I've put steel in the foundation as well, and I'm going to put some steel in today. Should have picked up a little bit more. But what I'm going to do with this next foundation, okay, is that it's going to be for a planter. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a void in the middle of it. You'll see on lots of occasions where guys build planters, instead of building a foundation where the wall is all the way around, and then a gap in the middle for the soil so the water can permeate back down to the ground. A lot of people will just concrete all the way across. I've done it. I've done it many, many times. And as long as you've got weep holes, because otherwise the water's going to go down and it's just going to contain the water. The plants aren't going to live because they're going to have their feet in wet all the time. They're going to rot. And then if you're going to have a concrete all the way across, what you want to be doing is having weep holes so the water can escape. But because this plant is going to be quite wide, I need to leave a void in the middle, probably about 400 or 500 millimeters wide, and then 300 either side. So it's quite a wide raised bed that would be put in the garden, but I want the water to go back down into the ground. And of course, we don't need to put concrete where we don't need it, and that should keep the cost down. But I've had to get some shuttering timber to do that today, so I'm going to be out there doing it. It's a great day today. Weather, let's talk about the weather. The weather is absolutely wonderful at the moment, isn't it, really? We have a little bit of rain, then we have some sunshine, and we have that little bit of breeze. We had a breeze yesterday. The ground dries quickly, doesn't it? Sometimes you can't get on a piece of ground because it's soaking wet. And when it's soaking wet, you've got to avoid getting on it because everything will just turn to mud. But with the wind that we're having, we're able to get on there pretty fast. Mario Rizzi says, grouting need to discuss a near future. What you recommend and use. Yeah, grouting systems, isn't it? Hey, everybody's got an opinion on it, haven't they? But I think we got to think of the facts with everything that we do, when we look at the facts of, what does work. And we only can discover this when I know that a lot of these companies do a lot of research and development. I've gone off the weather. I was really enjoying talking about the weather then. I know a lot of people talk about, they do a lot of research and development with these companies, and I talk about it quite often, and they spent a lot of money on it. But really, in an outdoor situation, over a course of time, how good will that grouting system perform? How good is your mortar? How good will that perform? The weather, the environment's changing in different places. We grab ground heave, ground swell, and it's not good at all. I know of a couple of contractors that had a couple of problems with the ground swell paving moving, and that's what you don't want. You've got to dig it out and get rid of it, and also you've got to keep the water moving and keep it going on, and hopefully the substrate underneath can accommodate the water at the rate that you want it to. Sometimes things just sit in water for a long time. When we put a patio in, you're pushing the hard area out, the dense area, and you're pushing the water out, and it sits on the edge of your patio. Look, thanks for joining me this morning. I'm going to stay with this just for a little while. It's the first one back. I'm conscious of the fact I'm chomping at the bit to get into my garden this morning and get on with that. Get my boots on. Change these because she'd kill me if she knew that I'd use. We're always tempted, aren't we, just to get on with it. I am, and never forget a story years ago. A guy told me, Ken his name was, and he come from Jamaica, and he tells me this story where he went for an interview on Lambwern. He went for an interview on Lambwern driving a D8, and the guy said, yeah, you can start tomorrow. And he went back the next day, and somebody actually had his job. And he had a call about 2 weeks later or something like this. He goes to site, and the guy said, yeah, you can start tomorrow. He said, no, I'm going to start now. And he had his suit on, okay, Ken did. And cracking guy, just a decent guy, in Newport. And he was security of the car parks as he got older. And he told me the story, and he said, John, I just started straight away. He said, there was no way that anybody else was going to take my job. He said, I had my suit on, I took my jacket off, I hung it on the side of this D8, and he said, I just went to work. He said, and that job was his. And the same for me, I got my trainers on, and sometimes we just have to prepare ourselves a little bit better, even with what we're wearing. I ain't going to be wearing these tracksuit bottoms. They're just for hanging around the house. And though I've gone down to Jewson's this morning to collect some stuff, and big thanks to Mig down there in Jewson's in Newport. He's one of the boys that works in the yard, always looks after me. Great service with those guys down there, so thanks for that. I don't know who's watching this morning. We got a few people on here now, which is great. It will go out later on as well. So this video will be saved as the live video. Don't forget, mind, just to be decent. If you've got any problems, you know, with anything, don't let it get to you. Don't let it affect you on whatever you're doing. You know, it's like road rage, isn't it? When you're out and about, you see those people that cause problems with the way they drive, and we react to it. It's the same with our work on a day-to-day basis. There's lots of distracting moments that we have that go on around us, and they're not our fault. And as a result of it, we can react. We act in a certain way that isn't good for us. So just let it go by. Good to see Ian Power joining on here this morning. Morning, bud. Hope you are all well. Busy here. Yeah, good to see you. Nice to see the pictures of your little girl, Ian. She's growing up, my friend, and good to see you're able to join this morning. I was just saying, Ian, I haven't gone live for some time because I've been just so busy like everybody else. Totally worn out. Probably because I'm getting older as well. But I don't think it's just that. It's just having the time to do these things. Saturday morning now for me is being with my grandson as well. Like Ian's being with his daughter, and it's just spending some time. But he's not here. My son's taking him out today, so I can get on with my own garden, and I'll be getting on with it again tomorrow. It's amazing how much progress we can make on the weekend if we get up and get on with it, get out and just get on with it. And I'm going to be in my garden later on. I've got a good idea of the design. I have drawn it out once. Do I need to draw it again? Probably, but I'll probably just ad lib and dry lay things out. That's what we used to do years ago. We'd have an idea with a customer, okay, and we'd stone it up, and they'd be happy about the proportion, and then sometimes they'd say they want a little bit bigger. And then we'd start dry laying the slabs out just to show them, just to see what can be done, and that's the way we used to do it. And but designing, having a good plan going forward is always good, but sometimes plans don't always work, and you've just got to adapt as you go along as well. That's it, really. There's lots of things to say. I hope you've had some enjoyment, and I hope that you're pleased that I'm actually back for some of you. Some of you aren't, because some of you are going to say, oh my God, he's back, but I don't really care. But keep watching. There you go. Let's get together again next Saturday from 10:30. We'll do a live one again. Wherever I am, I will do that live stream again. I've got a lot to do. Got to get the mixer out. Got to get the all in. I've got about 4 ton of all in that I've got to shift, and I've got to get in the ground, okay? But I've got to do some shuttering first. So have a good day. Please forgive me. I've got to go. Whatever you're doing, just be safe, be well, and enjoy the rugby later on. Yeah, we got the rugby later on, eh? England's been abysmal lately, haven't they? I wonder if Wales are going to do any good. Who's going to win between New Zealand and Ireland? Some of you don't really care what's going on, like, but there'll be many out there that will be looking forward to a day's rugby, and tomorrow as well. Hey, a big thanks to Phil Charrett as well. Phil, if you're watching this morning, many thanks for everything. And Anne, our current customer, she's out in Hawaii at the moment. So Anne, if you're watching this morning, happy birthday for the other day. Have a great day, whatever you're doing, and enjoy it, and just enjoy the time you have there at the moment. I'll be looking forward to a holiday very, very soon, hopefully with a bit of luck. Have a great day. That's it. It's all over, and I'll see you next week, and maybe even see if I can get a video out in the meantime. Don't forget, mind, if you want me to have a look at your garden, drop me an email. I have had a couple of emails come through. Thanks for joining. That's it. It's over. Take care. Bye.